Well, good damn afternoon, Americans. I am Jericho Green here with you once again. And we're doing something different today. Normally, I talk about social political things that are going on, but we're going to switch gears a little bit. I'm versatile. We're going to talk to two people who started an amazing company, a great product. I use it daily. My family uses it daily. And if you guys have been with me for any period of time, you understand how important my family is to me. So I would not introduce them to something unless I thought it was up to par, up to snuff, whatever you want to call it. Only if it's something that's going to benefit and something that's natural and healthy. There are so many things in our lives, not just food, but things that we put on our skin, things that we breathe in that are manufactured by people and companies who you would think have our best interests at heart, but that's not always the case. So when I find something that is beneficial for their health in any way, all natural, you can turn it over and read the label, and there's like one or two things in it that you can pronounce. That's a good thing for me. So when they reached out, I know I did my due diligence, and I was like, hell yeah, let's do this. Let's get the product in hand so I can try it, so my family can try it. We love it. And because of that, these people are here today. I'm going to bring in the two co-founders of a company called C60 EVO. And I want to talk to them about what they were doing before the C60 game, how they got into it, and talk about a little bit about the type of people that they are, because yes, the product is important. Yes, it has benefits, but who are the people behind it? And without further ado, I would like to bring in Mr. Chris Burres and Miss Patty Greer. Welcome, Chris. Welcome, Patty. Thank you very much for being here. How are you guys doing today?
Good damn morning.
That's right.
Good damn afternoon.
That's right. Good damn evening when that gets here. I appreciate you guys being here. We were talking a little bit off air, as they say. And I do get the vibe that you guys are good people because, as I mentioned before, yes, you want a good product, but you don't want to buy it from somebody who's not as good as their product. And you guys certainly seem to be that. I thank you for being here. And I just wanted to kind of get to know you guys, how you got into the game of selling these products, selling these supplements, skincare. They pretty much have something for everything. I'll start with you, Chris. Kind of what were you doing before? You know, I read a little bit about you. You have everything in there from mechanical engineering to improv comedy. Obviously, you're a businessman. You're a bit of a scientist as well. I see that lovely white lab coat. So a jack of all trades, but those two really caught my attention because mechanical engineering, and to correct me if I'm wrong, but engineering, you're building something. It may not necessarily be a structure, but it's building things. There's a formula to it. There's been a lot of trial and error before you were even born to kind of streamline the process. But improv comedy, that's very free flowing. There is no formula for that. There is no real structure for that. It's just kind of going with what comes to mind off the top of your head, playing off the person across from you. So kind of what were you doing before, and how in the heck do you get mechanical engineering and improv comedy?
All right. So the mechanical engineering is, so kind of when you were first asking the question, you're like, hey, kind of get the background. What were you doing in the past? And really mechanical engineering is very much associated with the journey that I'm on, which is I always knew I was going to be an entrepreneur from a very young age. My thought process was I didn't know what kind of company I might start. I didn't know what company I might ultimately kind of grow to be successful. But I knew I probably needed money. I was good in science and math. And so I pursued mechanical engineering, kind of the fastest way to a big salary where I could save money and invest in a company. And one of the things that kind of went wrong with that process was I didn't graduate and start earning a big salary. I actually started a company while I was still in college. My business partner was working on the University of Houston campus. That's where we met. He was actually separating the molecule we're going to be talking about today. And one day the professor came in and said, "Hey, you guys are young kids." And I wasn't actually in the lab, in that particular lab. "You guys are young kids. This material is selling for $6,000 a gram. You should go start a business." And my business partner was off and running. And one of the first things they needed was to build some equipment. And so I kind of got pulled in on that. And, you know, there's more to that story, but we can shift over to the comedy improv, which is obviously fun and very kind of a very separate, you know, left brain versus right brain. That was a fantastic experience that I had. There's a theater, and it actually was just up the street. My wife was is in the program Big Brothers Big Sisters, and one of the things they were doing was going to that theater, and they were providing activities for the bigs and littles to do together. And one day my wife was like, "Why don't you come by? They're gonna like brainstorm on stuff, you know." And you know, frankly, like kind of cocky me was like, "I probably have stuff to add." So I went to this meeting, and you know, it was an improv theater, and they were doing a free course. And so I did the free course. I loved it. I signed up for the first course. I loved it. And then they were just starting a troupe. They invited me to join the troupe, and I worked in that troupe as a professional improv artist for 5 years. I don't think it's because of me, but they did close. and so I do absolutely miss those times, but that's kind of the background for engineering and comedy improv.
So the engineering was kind of a means to an end. That was supposed to get you the capital so you can get at your main goal, being an entrepreneur. Very interesting. I appreciate you telling that story. Now, Patty, I love the shirt, by the way.
Thank you.
How did you get into this? Now, you have quite a different background: UFOs, crop circles, and as I mentioned before, I'd love to get you on Green's House, my other channel, because this sounds pretty cool. But if you can kind of give us the footnotes, the cliff notes of what you were doing before and how you got started in the C60 EVO business as well.
You bet. I've been in Boulder, Colorado, which is enough of a statement, for 50 years. So I'm a lockdown hippie chick from Colorado in the mountains. And I was a musician forever. And then I got poisoned by a dentist in 2004. And as a harpist and pianist, what happened to me medically was that all my fingertips got cuts from the mercury poison. And so I went to every kind of doctor, every kind of healer, woo-woo you can imagine. And I finally gave up and went to England and laid in a crop circle. I thought, okay, I give up on everything earthly. I'm going to go try that. And next thing I knew, I forgot about my fingers. I just put them in black gloves and Band-Aids, and I wanted to go in every crop circle on earth. So I went in more than 100 crop circles starting in 2006, completely green, had no idea that there was this secret technology, which there is, in crop circles. And that's why they've been hiding them and having the old guys pretend that they made them for the world. Meanwhile, I was in more than 100 and filmed them, and the hair stands up on your arm, and you can see physically the expansion nodes are scientifically different. There's physical evidence, and it's undeniable, but we're still seeing humorous. The videos that are getting millions of views are saying, "Oh, they're all fake. Go back to sleep." I just looked it up to see if there's any good ones that have come out since my films. They're all fake. Go back to sleep. Millions of views. So that's the world we're in. And I really was attracted to your shows because you got down on it. And I got down on it years ago, but I've learned to be more mindful, because telling the truth in times of universal deceit was the hack that they put on my website in 2013. They just blocked my homepage. And they said, telling the truth in times of universal deceit is a revolutionary act. And then they did George Orwell at the bottom, reversed quotes, which I don't know what that means, but it's probably not friendly. And I've been kind of hobbling my way through, but I did get to the answer of crop circle science, and I put it out in my final film. And then I got whacked with the directed energy weapon, leaving a gig in 2017. And I have paid the price for telling the truth really severely. And just this year, I got 2 hip replacements. And now I'm so back, Jericho. I am back with a vengeance. And I love promoting other people to be the whistleblowers because I got to sit backstage. But once in a while, I come out and tell the truth about crop circles. And I did that this week, and huge views. People are really curious for the truth like they are politically. That's why they come to your channel. But C60 EVO and meeting Chris was because people tried to kill me, plain and simple. And how did I survive? I only did one thing, which was C60 EVO organic olive oil from Chris's lab. And it wasn't called C60 EVO then. It was something else, but Chris's lab was the only one putting out the good stuff. For 33 years, they've been putting out the good stuff. So I started talking with him and I said, for God's sake, I'm starting to walk again. What is this? And we kept talking and talking. And finally I said, I want to be your partner because I got a big audience. I've got a lot of respect as I tell the truth. You guys have the goods. Let's put this together and build a company. And that's what we did in 2019. It's almost our 5th anniversary. And when I met him, I got hit a second time with uranium poisoning. They stuck it in the garage. So clearly, we are at a time where we really need the evolution of humanity, thus C60 EVO. And so what we're doing is the evolution of the whole C60 industry that they've been doing for industrial purposes for 33 years. We raise the bar to become only ESS 60, which is made differently than the industrial grade. And we're the only lab doing it. And so we're getting amazing reviews from all over the world. But it makes me really proud to say truthfully, it saved my life. That's why I'm Chris and Robert's partner, because they're saving the friggin' world with this product. But I'm the mouth that started getting it out. When Chris and I got together, we just looked at each other like yin yang. You must be kidding. And it's like butter. Right, Captain Chris?
Yeah.
That's great. And, you know, there are times where, you know, some of us are made to be the town crier. You know, those of us who find it within ourselves, you know, like you said, telling the truth in times of deception. You know, the powers that be are going to make you, you know, and it's classic. They either make you out to be crazy, they try to discredit you, or things of that nature, or take it to the extreme, like you were just explaining. But I do love these products. I was watching a video and you guys were on someone else's channel, and you mentioned a testimonial from a lady in England who was quitting smoking.
Mm.
And I quit smoking almost 13 years. I quit 2 weeks before my daughter was born. And quitting smoking, I've heard people say it's harder than quitting heroin. I've never done heroin, but I've got to assume that cigarettes aren't that bad. But quitting smoking is like if you put on a Velcro shirt, you know, you put on the soft side of the Velcro, and then you put on the other side of the Velcro on your back, and you're trying to pull that Velcro apart over your back. It's tough. It's really tough to do. And the lady, I think she mentioned that your product helped her to have a longer fuse with her kids, which we've, you know, as parents, I've laid in bed at night thinking, oh man, I was a little tough. Oh, maybe I yelled a little too much. Yeah. So, you know, that is great. But I will see her testimonial and I will raise her this. My daughter, like I mentioned, she's almost 13. So, you know, the attitude of a preteen. It starts way before. I don't know why the teenage years get a bad rap, because it starts before that. But mom and daughter become natural enemies. So my daughter, you know, of course, she wants to push the envelope. Can I wear makeup? Can I wear this? Can I wear that? So here come the negotiation skills. Sometimes it's a hell no to whatever they want, and that's that. You can hate me for it. I don't care. You know, you're not my friend. You're my child. That whole thing. But when you can find compromise, that's a great thing. Some might call it rare. So to have a skincare or a collection of skincare products, and these are the 3 that they have: the Youth Renew, Luscious, the Rose Activator, and the Advanced Facial Serum. So my daughter uses 2 of those and my wife uses the other one.
Nice.
So anytime we can find something that satisfies us both. My daughter gets what she wants. We get with what we want, something healthy, something natural, something pure that she can put on her skin. Because I tell her, your skin will never look better than it does right now as a pure 12-year-old who has not covered it in makeup or, you know, whatever other bad decisions we might make in our lives. So bringing natural enemies together, mom and preteen daughter, I'll put that up against smoking, quitting smoking any day. That's major. But my wife and I, we do live a healthy lifestyle when it comes to what our kids put in their body and what they put on our skin. So this product, your line of products was awesome, right on time. I take the organic extra virgin olive oil every day, 3 in the morning, 3 at night. But what does this product mean to you? Yes, it's a business. You realized your dream of being an entrepreneur, Chris, but what does this product mean to you? And what does it mean to you to hear people say, like in Patty's case, it saved my life, or you're bringing teenage daughters and mothers together? These are wins. How does that make you guys feel?
What an amazing journey I've been on. Like the things that you're saying, it's been a struggle for me, right? Because engineering is great. You can build stuff, but it's also about thinking really logically. It's also about kind of rooted in the scientific principles. And often those scientific principles are like, hey, anecdotes, you should just throw those away, right? Like if somebody just tells you something, if you don't have, the double placebo controlled blind studies, then it just means absolutely nothing, which by the way is not true. The reality is that all of the scientific processes start with an initial assumption, and those initial assumption or hypothesis is born out of observation, is born out of anecdotal observation. So as we're bringing this product to market, in the early days, we're actually getting phone calls of people making, saying amazing things like, my hair is growing faster, the original color, my grandfather's mowing the lawn again, like all these just kind of broad, amazing things. And you can tell, like they're bragging about this situation. My first instinct is, hey, I believe you, right? You're one human telling another human. Of course, I believe you, but I don't know what to do with the information, right? I don't know where it fits inside of kind of the scientific process. And so it's just been an evolution. It's probably the first 12 months where I'm like, yeah, I hear you. I don't know what to do with it. And then I'm like, okay, I hear you. And okay, I keep hearing you. And then, different customers, I keep hearing you. Okay, I couldn't be happier with what I get to do on a daily basis, right? I share the research. We haven't even talked about kind of some of the core research, but I share this amazing peer-reviewed published research. And then I turn around and have this joyful sharing from our customer base of the amazing benefits that they're getting. Like it's been a journey, but it's amazing. And I'm just privileged every day to kind of sit in this space.
That's awesome. And how does that make you feel, Patty?
Well, for me, my mom, 95, takes the products. She's the last one left at her place with all these old people, heart attack, stroke, all these different things. My mom still reads a book in 3 days that's thick. And her friends are like, how is her brain still functioning at 95? And it's the EVO. And sometimes I'm like, should I feel guilty? I keep saying, because she'll be the last one at the place because they're all kind of going. And so emotionally, it's an interesting piece, but mentally, man, she's on fire. I've tested her, about something when I was 10. She's like, oh, yeah, I remember that. Wow. So there's my mom. Here's me. Totally saved my life. I wake up first thing in the morning. I do coffee. And it has to have the MCT coconut oil. And I put a lot in there. And it carries me through the entire day. I never get tired in the middle of the day. I'm a little wound up in the morning because I do a big mug of coffee and the EVO. and all these amazing things. So it's kind of like brunch in a bowl or in a coffee cup. Chris calls it a hot tub. It's a big
mug.
But that starts my day. And basically, I used to do all these supplements, and some work, some a little. Evo friggin' works. So I just take a tablespoon instead of a teaspoon, which we recommend for most people. But if you want to get serious about really moving your systems into a healthier place, hit a tablespoon as long as you digest the oils well. For me, I mentioned briefly that I've had 2 hip replacements in the last 8 months. That's crazy.
Wow.
I had them 9 weeks apart because the first one, I was like, how could it be this easy? Yeah, let's do it, the other one. And they were kind of stunned. They're, what's wrong with you? But I had also gone 2-3 years past the point of most people on bone hips. I just kept going because I wasn't really hurting that bad. And it was because I was taking this incredible supplement every day. And I was taking this one to stay alive, which is the olive oil, super duper strong. MCT is half as potent with the C60 in it. And then we have an avocado oil that is almost as strong as the olive. Any of them are great. Chris takes all of them every day. I take usually 2, but I don't take anything else. And my bones have healed, my joints, my muscles, unbelievable healing on my scars. The doctors are like, and I say, can I give you a sample? Trust me, try my product. I really try and encourage people because I know it'll change their life. For me, it's not a selling thing. There's all kinds of things we could sell. For me, I'm a believer. Both my kids take it and their men. The other grandma. So it's like my whole family takes it. To me, that's a testimonial. And when my mom, 95, says, oh, I'm out of that coconut oil, touches my heart because that means she's taking it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And she also absolutely loves this, the Advanced Facial Serum. And probably our 2 best sellers are the olive oil and the Advanced Facial Serum, because inside, outside. And you're going to get a multitude of benefits if you take it, and it goes basically into your bloodstream, into your system, and then you put it on your skin. You're going to get a wonderful effect. I think the reason I went extra years bone on bone is because of the lubrication quality of these products. Just mind-boggling. Now, did you get our brand new product, the C60 EVO Rich Body Cream?
I have not received that one, and I sure would like to.
Oh golly, you and the ladies will love it. It's scented with tangerine.
Okay.
And, oh, it's so fresh you could slap it.
Something that and I can say for sure, having a sharper mind, especially my line of work, talking to people and improving to a certain extent. When I do my live streams and stuff, I'm live for an hour plus, with something to say, something I learned in my radio days. Silence is cardinal sin. People don't want to see you sit there and go, so you have to keep it going. And that really helps. And also with inflammation, getting out of bed, I'm in almost to my mid 40s. I'll be 44 in a couple months. And, you're not exactly doing a backflip out of bed anymore. You're not exactly, sitting up, like you just came back to life anymore. Sometimes it's, it's a little tight, it's a little sore getting out of bed. So after taking this for a few weeks, I noticed that going away, getting better. And something on the bottle, and I'm sure it says on all of them, but it says this product has not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. Now, there was a time when FDA, anything with federal government, there was a level of trust that went into that. There was an air of, well, if it hasn't been approved by the FDA or examined by the FDA, then it's not good enough, or you shouldn't mess with it because it doesn't have this stamp from that organization, from that entity. But I would say after recent events, and probably well before that, but definitely after recent events, that one event that took place in 2020 where we couldn't leave our house and whatnot, not having the approval or that stamp from the FDA, I would almost take that as a badge of honor. I wouldn't want to have that approval, because that's a terrible organization. They are not for the people. They are not for our health. They are quite the opposite. So I would say congratulations on that. But as we wrap it up, Chris, I want to ask you this. If you had the ear of America for, let's say, 15, 20 seconds, whatever you say, they're going to hear you, and they want to hear about C60. What do you say to them?
Yeah, I think there is peer-reviewed published research out there that proves that test subjects, in this case it was Wistar rats, given our product, and we call it ESS60. We really say C60 is for industrial applications, ESS60 is for human consumption. That proves that test subjects given our material lived 90% longer than the control group. That's the single longest longevity experimental result on mammals in history, and that is peer-reviewed published research, the kind of research you would hang your hat on. To think of something so dramatically extending life and then not having other positive benefits just doesn't make sense, right? Like if we're just living twice as long and we're on the same kind of downward slope that everybody kind of assumes that we're on, that doesn't make sense. And we've got some theories that explain or potentially explain, because they're theories, of what is actually going on inside the body. It's actually at a subcellular level. To provide these amazing testimonials like, you know, focus and energy during the day, better sleep at night. Sleep is better for everything. So, hey, look at the research. This is a beta product. It is new. Maybe it's not for you. That's fine. Look at the research and make a decision. I know I take it every day. My wife takes it every day. Everybody on our team here at the office takes it every day. By the way, that's not a requirement. You don't have to take the product to work here. And yeah, just dig in and understand the research, and then, you know, make the best decision for yourself.
Agreed. 1000%. I'm a firm believer that Mother Nature knows best. She just knows better than we ever could. So here is your direct connection to it. I cannot stress that enough. That it is natural. There are one or two ingredients in it, maybe. So this is from Mother Earth. Yes, it's been refined and it's gone through the filter of science and all of that stuff, but it's made convenient and easy for you to take. It is here. Take advantage of it. Again, I gave it to my family. They're everything to me. And same with you guys. You know, you give it to your family and people that you care about and that you love. So that's a testament to itself. I want to thank you guys again for being here. This will not be the last time. And all of your links to C60EVO.com and everything will be in the description box. Wave that, or hover that mouse, that little arrow right over it. Click, get in there, get some things that are going to help you and the ones that you love, because at the end of the day, that's all we want. We want to help ourselves and, more importantly, help those that we love and care about. And this is a way to do so. Again, Chris Burres, thank you very much. Patty Greer, thank you very much. And right after this, I want you guys to stick around for just a second. But like I said, make sure you guys hit those links in the description box. All of mine will be in there. All of theirs will be in there. Get your hands on this product. Get it inside or outside of your body. You want something to help you. You want something to help with inflammation, your skin, healing. There it is. Myself, Chris, Patty, we are